Hello there, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're safe and well. In this video I will be revisiting the 100-yard challenge. Last time no coconut, hopefully this time will be more successful. Let's roll the titles. So here we are then, back in the same place. Targets set out exactly the same way. Hopefully we're a bit better prepared this time. What I've done is I've put some white paper on the front of the cardboard, so it should be easier to see the pellet strikes. Got my spotting scope. Also, one of the things that I realised after I got home from the range last time is this scope on my Springer is an adjustable objective, and I'd set the objective to 60 yards when I was doing the sighting to zero it at 60 yards. But what I hadn't realised until I got home is I left it at 60 yards focus even when I was shooting at 100 yards, which might have been silly me, might have been why I had difficulty seeing the pellet strikes. So this time I'm going to make sure that I set my focus to 100 yards, and that might help, don't you think? Last time I had 50 clicks on the turret, on the elevation turret, and this has got an AMX reticle, which means that once you get down to 5mm dots you're in sort of like a block type structure. I'll show you a picture, you see what I mean. And I was shooting around the sort of 6mm dot mark, so you could see it didn't really have a proper aim point on that reticle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some more clicks to the turret today, so that we're up in the proper part of the reticle where the dots and the lines are, and hopefully that will make things easier as well. So I've just got a couple more things to do to get prepared, and then we'll start shooting and see how we get on today. Alright, what I've found is that the crop quite close to me has grown quite a bit, so I've had to move a bit of pallet to get my gun shooting position higher to shoot over the top of the crops, because obviously I don't want to damage any crops or anything. So I think I'll manage that. Shooting the same setup as before. I'm using these Weirarc FT Exact pellets. These are made by JSB. I bought some of these when the normal JSB factory pellets were getting hard to come by and the price went up, and in comparison these were a lot cheaper, and they're actually pretty good actually, so you know, my guns seem to like them. So let's have a couple of shots and we'll see what we can see. So, there, stick your gloves on. Alright, okay. Oh, bang, crash, wallop. Oh, okay. Here we go. And that hit something. Just going to tip this up on end, give it an extra bit of height. No pre-prepared pellets on this one, they're just straight out of the tin. So Ooh, safety catch. I'm just going to freeze frame here because I don't want to bore you with loads of video watching me just shoot pellets at cardboard. So just to say, from this point on, I was trying to sort out my aim points rather than show you the whole gory details. I'm just going to pick out some edited highlights and add those together up until the point where I actually started shooting at the target. Hope that's okay with you. Let's get going. That's at about 5.5 mil dots. Let's shoot another one. I might need to raise the turret up some more to get the pellets up on the pellet strikes up on the cursor, like on the reticle, like I want. But at least I can see the pellet strike now, anyway, which is cool. The wind's starting to pick up, but certainly it's a nicer day than, or calmer day than before. And that's right next to the last one, and that's another 1.5 dots down. So I think we'll try coming up 20 clicks if I can. Right, there's another 20 clicks. So that takes us up to a total of 80 clicks up, that does. Put another pellet in. Oh, now that's brought us up onto the bottom part of the reticle. I reckon if I come up another 5, let's have a look, how do we get 20, yeah, if I come up another 5 I should be on that bottom mil dot, so that's what we're going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 85 mil dots we've come up. Well, so far I haven't had to use that spotting scope because with the white paper I can clearly see the pellet marks, and having the scope in focus probably helps as well. Dummy. Right, that's better. That's about 0.2 mil dots, 0.2 mils below my 4th mil dot. So I can work with that. So that's the rifle setup then. What I'm going to do now, go back down, move the camera back up onto the target, and then we'll have a go at shooting at the target. I should really wait to get my breath back after walking up there and back 200 yards, trying to regulate my pace and not go too mad, but get so keen to want to get going with this and do it that you don't want to hang about. So it's time to attack the target then. What did I say? I said Right, so I'm going to put the target right in there. It's drifting off to the right a little. Right, I've been merrily chatting away. Just realised that the phone hasn't been recording properly, so I don't know how much I've actually recorded, so I might have to go back and do some bits afterwards. But I've just to go over what I've just done. I've shot one shot at the target before, after zeroing in or adjusting the turrets to get the aim point where I wanted it to be. The elevation was good on that, but it was off to the left, drifted with the wind a bit. So, because the wind's picking up a little bit now, well, I say wind, there's a bit of a breeze. So I took another shot on the paper just to see what the wind was doing, and that wasn't affected at all. So I took a second shot of the target, and it definitely hit the target, but I can't see the shot on the plate. So hopefully I've hit the paddle, which will be recorded on that video down the bottom there. I tried to set up my spotting scope to see if I could take a look at the paddle, but that was about as much use as a chocolate fire guard. So what I'm going to do now is take a third, perhaps the third and a fourth shot on the target, and then we'll have a wander down there and or take a few more shots, I don't know, we'll see, but then I'll have a wander down and see what's going on down the target end where we can see for sure. So let's get back to it then. Let's put my glove on. The thing is, this Springer is only putting out just over 10 foot-pounds, so I wouldn't expect it to necessarily be able to knock over a target at that distance if it hits the paddle, but we'll see. Well, I've just gone down the other end and there's only one strike I can see on the plate, but I felt sure that the second shot sounded like it hit the plate, but there's no mark. So I think this breeze that's picked up is probably having more of an effect than I think. So the longer we're here, the more the breeze is picking up, because the sun's out. It's getting very warm now lying here. So I'm going to go back, just do a check shot on the paper to see where the pellets are going, because I think they might be being affected quite a lot by the wind. So we'll see. Right. Well, my phone still keeps trying to switch itself off every time I'm recording a video, so I don't know what I've actually got recorded or not, but I think I've finally worked out what the wind's doing to my pellets, and if it's doing what I think it's doing, then it's no wonder I haven't been hitting anything, because I've been shooting in the wrong place. So we'll try that, what I know now, and see what difference that makes. Right, well, that didn't hit the plate. It's funny, I get two shots pretty close on the card, aiming at the same point. As soon as I transfer that up to the target, it's a complete miss, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but persevere for a bit longer. Oh right, hit the plate, top edge. Okay, so that pellet went higher than expected. I really don't know what's going on today. It's a very difficult, tricky day. I thought last time was tricky. Perhaps it's just this challenge. But at least I've hit the plate and I've got an indication of what's happening. So I aim there and hit there. There's no rhyme or reason to this at all. You take aim in one place and you catch the top of the plate and you try and put a pellet in the same place, and it just doesn't want to know. Right, that drifted left. Wind's supposed to be blowing from left to right. What's going on? Still getting a bit of a breeze now on the right side. So let's switch sides and see. Yes! Yes! He did it! Oh no! What? Oh, all this time I'm shooting the wrong side because I'm feeling a left to right wind, but where the target is, because I've got no wind indicator, where the target is, the pellet's actually drifting from the right to left. So it's the reason why I was missing the plate, because I was shooting to the left and then the wind was taking it further off to the left, so it's just completely missing to the left hand side of the target. So as soon as I made that adjustment, well, you can see the first time I make the adjustment and shoot to the right hand side, the target goes over. Oh, what a relief. Okay, so what are we going to do now then? I think what I'll do is while I'm ahead, I'm going to change that target over for a 25mm target and see what happens. At this point then, I did put out a 25mm target, but it probably wasn't a sensible decision. I was a bit hot and bothered, and as the length of the video is trotting along now, rather than bore you with me watching me just plating and not knocking the target over, we will not show that bit of video, but you will see the target in the next section where we review what I managed to achieve. Right, let's have a look at the targets then. You can see there was a lot of holes in there. I could see them this time, but I got to the point where there were so many shots. I was trying to work out which one that I'd shot, and the breakthrough really was these two here, because I was putting my 4th mil dot on there and that was showing me what the wind was doing, and once I got those, then we went up to the 35mm target. I think that was the first shot, so the elevation was good, and then for some reason I was misreading shots on the paper here because I wasn't confident of my aim point. I should have stuck with this one and then carried on shooting to the right, and I think I was shooting to the left because of what I thought the card was showing me. So then we came, after I'd sorted these out, I put my 4mm dot in the middle there, and I hit this one, and that gave me the sense to start shooting over to the right here. We got this one, realised I needed a bit more wind, and then you can see that the keel point there, well inside the keel, that knocked it over. Over on the 25 then, we started well. That was the right elevation. That one would have gone in as well. But then something happened, and I couldn't hit the plate for toppies. So we called it a day with 4 on the target. Interesting that if you look there where they're going, they're all going over there. But I was aiming right over on this edge here, and with all this plate here, and they still weren't hitting the plate. So I don't know what was going on there. So I thought, best quit while you're ahead, call it a day. So that's the targets. We're back from the range then. I had a quick look at some of the footage, and I think to tie everything up, just need to go back on one thing. On an earlier part of the video, the bit at the back where I talked about the targets and everything, I reflected on the pellet strikes on this, and I said that these 2 strikes here were quite crucial, which quite obviously they weren't, because that was when the wind was blowing the pellets off to the right, and we had our success when the wind was blowing to the left. It seemed to be blowing more to the left than it did to the right. So these are the marks that were the crucial ones. One of the things that I need to take into account from this is that there are some pellet marks on the black lines, like this one up here on the cross, and these pellets that were quite close together, that from my vantage point 100 yards away, it's very difficult to actually analyse those strikes. So if I come to do this again, I think what I would do is I will put this board a lot higher up at the same level of the target, perhaps even behind the target, so the whole sheet is clear, because over on this side of the cardboard I was obscured a bit by the leaves of the crops, because the target was in the tram line and there were crops either side of the tram line, and where the leaves were bending over I was having to peer between them, so it wasn't ideal. So the first thing I would say would be that if you want to do this yourself, then find a nice clear field, like short grass, or a field that's not laid to crop, so that you're not going to get any obstructions in the way. The second point is to separate your shooting the target from shooting your cardboard, to work out your aim points and everything. I think what I should have done, or what I would do with the benefit of hindsight, is shoot 3 or 4 shots at a time, and then, despite the 100-yard walk, go up and analyse those, perhaps put some big marks on the cardboard to show where the shots were, so I can work out what the pellet fall was back from the shooting point through the scope. I think that would have made life a lot easier, and we wouldn't have been sort of naffing around a bit trying to work out, you know, before, like an idiot, I realised that I needed to be way off to the right to counteract the drift, even though I was feeling a different wind from where I was shooting. So that's that then. But that being said, we still did it with the 35mm, and we really weren't that far off with the 25mm, and I think certainly in the right conditions and with the right preparation, the 25mm is possible. I might revisit the 25mm. I'm even tempted to have a go at sort of 20 and perhaps 15, but I think 15 will be a lucky shot. Also, to see how far out we can actually go, how much further than 100 yards. I mean, you saw for yourself there was still enough power and energy in that pellet to knock that paddle, knock that target over at 100 yards. I was a bit surprised at that. So how much further can we go? So that's all something to bear in mind, and something I might think about doing at a later date, but it needs the right day and obviously I need to find somewhere where the crops are not going to get in the way. But anyway, we did it, and a minor victory, and that's enough for me for the moment. So that's all I've got for you in this video. Hope you found that interesting, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.